Well, hey there, you beautiful bastards. Welcome back to the Drunken Rant Uncensored, the only podcast brave enough to tell it like it is, even if we are, three sheets to the wind.
Oh.
Speaking of sheets, you look absolutely ravishing tonight, Olivia.
Oh, stop it. I look like I got run over by a truck full of tequila.
That's my girl. Anyway, I'm Liam, your favorite inebriated Irishman, and this lovely lady over here is Olivia, my partner in crime and connoisseur of fine wines.
Hey now, cheap beer is my love language. Tonight we're serving up a steaming pile of, pardon my French, kiss my,
Did Sleepy Joe just pull a fast one? We're diving into the pardon party Biden threw on his way out the door, and trust us, you won't believe who got invited.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single juicy detail.
So Olivia, you've been poring over this pardon fiasco. What's the lowdown?
All right, so picture this. It's Biden's last day in office. The clock is ticking before Trump's inauguration, and what does he do? He throws a pardon party for his cronies. We're talking about preemptive pardons here, folks. Basically, getting ahead of any potential investigations or prosecutions that Trump might have cooked up.
Okay, so we're not talking about some petty parking tickets here. This is the big leagues, right? Who are we talking about? Spill the tea, sister.
Well, first up, we've got Biden's own family, siblings, spouses, the whole gang's here. Then there's Liz Cheney, the darling of the never-Trumpers. Apparently crossing party lines to bash Trump earns you a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Oh, Liz Cheney, the woman who would rather kiss a donkey than admit Trump was right.
And then there's General Mark Milley, the guy who practically went rogue and promised China he'd give them a heads up if Trump decided to nuke anyone.
Talk about a backstabber. I mean, I don't always agree with Trump, but this Milley guy sounds like a real piece of work. What was Biden thinking?
And let's not forget, the cherry on top, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the face of the pandemic and king of flip-flops. Apparently even questionable mask mandates and lockdown recommendations can be forgiven.
Wait. He pardoned Fauci? The guy who couldn't make up his mind about masks if his life depended on it? This is insane.
It's like Biden went down a checklist of everyone Trump wanted to investigate and gave them a free pass.
I bet you Hunter Biden is breathing a sigh of relief right now.
You know you're not wrong. The timing of these pardons is definitely suspicious. It's almost like Biden was anticipating a wave of investigations from the Trump administration.
Well, let's be real. Trump was pretty vocal about wanting to investigate some of these people. Remember all those lock her up chants?
Oh, yeah. And during his inauguration speech, Trump didn't hold back. He called those who received pardons very, very guilty. Ouch.
Talk about throwing shade. But you know what makes you wonder? Why would some people accept a pardon if they claim they did nothing wrong?
That's a good point. Some people, like Adam Kinzinger and Adam Schiff, actually refused the pardons. They said they wouldn't accept a pardon because they believe they acted honorably and legally.
Well, good for them. At least someone has a spine in this whole mess. It takes guts to stand up to that kind of pressure.
Yeah.
But it just makes the whole thing even weirder, right?
It does.
Yeah.
And it raises the question, are preemptive pardons going to become the new normal? Is every outgoing president going to use this to protect their allies? It sets a dangerous precedent.
It's like a big middle finger to the rule of law. If you have enough power, you can just bypass the entire justice system. Where does it end?
That's what we're here to unpack tonight, folks. We're going to dig into the specifics of these pardons, the potential motivations behind them, and the long-term implications for our democracy.
And you know we're going to do it with our signature drunken rant style.
Yeah.
So grab your drinks, buckle up, and get ready for a wild ride.
Cheers to that. All right, let's pour another drink and dive into some of these pardons. Where do you even begin with this shit show?
Ugh. Don't even get me started on the Biden's America's royal family. Except instead of crowns, they've got shady business deals and a penchant for crack pipes.
Okay, hold on there. Let's not make light of addiction. But you're right, the Biden family has definitely had its share of scandals. And conveniently, a lot of those scandals just got swept under the rug with these pardons.
Oh, come on. You know damn well that Hunter Biden is the walking, talking definition of a liability. And Joe, good old dad, just throws a pardon his way like it's no big deal.
It does make you wonder, doesn't it? What exactly did Hunter get pardoned for? The lap cop, the business dealings, the personal struggles? It's all very vague.
Vague. It's downright shady. It's like Biden saying, hey, my family can do whatever the hell they want, consequences be damned. It's a slap in the face to every hardworking American who actually plays by the rules.
You know, it's not just about the Bidens. This whole thing speaks to a larger issue, the erosion of our institutions, the decline of our democracy.
Preach, sister. It's like the whole system is rigged. The elites get away with everything while the rest of us are left to clean up the mess. It's enough to make you want to move to a deserted island and just drink margaritas all day.
Tempting, but someone gotta hold these bastards accountable. Look, these pardons send a dangerous message, that there are two sets of rules, one for the powerful and one for everyone else. It's like we're living in some kind of banana republic where the president is above the law.
Well, let's not get too dramatic. But
Yeah.
You're right, it's a slippery slope. If Biden can get away with this, what's to stop the next president from doing even worse? Scary thought.
All right, let's take a breather from the doom and gloom for a second. There's something else that's been bothering me about this whole pardon situation. We've talked about who Biden pardoned, but what about who he didn't pardon?
Oh, good point. You're talking about the January 6th protesters, right?
Exactly. Not a single one of them received a pardon. And look, I'm not defending what they did. Storming the Capitol was a terrible, dangerous thing. But it's interesting, isn't it? Biden chose to pardon people who were perceived as enemies of Trump, even if their crimes were pretty vague, while ignoring people who were actually convicted for their actions on January 6th.
So what are you saying? That Biden is playing favorites? That these pardons are more about politics than justice?
What do you think? It's pretty damn suspicious, wouldn't you say?
You know, you're not wrong. It's like he's trying to rewrite history to punish his enemies and reward his allies. It's a dangerous game he's playing.
And it just further erodes public trust in our institutions. People are already cynical enough about politics. This just throws fuel on the fire.
Speaking of fire, I think I need another shot of tequila. This conversation is making my head spin.
Don't worry, I'm right there with you, to the swamp. May it one day be drained, but until then, we drink.
Cheers to that. But you know what really gets me about all this is the hypocrisy.
Oh, the hypocrisy. Don't even get me started.
I mean, Biden campaigned on this whole platform of unity and healing, remember, build back better bullshit. But then he turns around and does this. He pardons people who were directly involved in the most divisive event in recent American history. It's like he's deliberately trying to piss everyone off.
And it's working. The right is outraged, the left is cheering, and the country is more divided than ever.
You know what? I'm starting to think Trump might have been right about one thing.
Oh, and what's that?
The swamp is real. Deep, dark, and full of creatures who'll do anything to protect their own.
It does seem like no matter who's in charge, the swamp always wins. But we can't give up hope. We have to keep fighting for what's right, even when it feels like an uphill battle.
I agree. We need to hold our leaders accountable, demand transparency, and make sure our voices are heard. But we also need to be realistic. The swamp is a powerful force. It's not going to go down without a fight.
You're right. It's a fight we might not win, but damn it, we have to try.
Okay, I'm with you. Let's fight the swamp. But first, let's finish this tequila.
Cheers to that.
You know, one of the most frustrating things about this whole pardon fiasco is the lack of transparency. Biden just dropped this bombshell on us without any real explanation.
It's true. He owes the American people an explanation. What criteria did he use to make these decisions? Was it based on the law? Was it purely political? We deserve to know the truth.
It's all so murky, and that's what makes it so damn suspicious. It's like a giant pile of manure that we're all forced to wade through.
Well, at least we have each other. And this lovely bottle of tequila.
And our loyal listeners. You beautiful bastards are the reason we do this.
Cheers to you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you think about this whole pardon mess.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. It's just, you know, it really pisses me off. Like, it really grinds my gears. The way the mainstream media is spinning this whole pardon thing, it's like,
oh, yeah.
It's enough to make you puke.
I know. Tell me about it. They're acting like Biden's some kind of, like, saint. A benevolent grandpa just trying to protect his family. Give me a break.
Like good old Joe just looking out for his own. Like they're eating this shit up. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
They're so busy kissing Biden's ass that they've completely lost sight of the fact that these pardons are a blatant abuse of power.
Yeah, they're totally ignoring the legal and ethical implications, the dangerous precedent it sets. They've traded their journalistic integrity for a seat at the cool kids table.
It's scary, you know? Like when the media becomes nothing more than a propaganda machine for the government, like,
yeah,
we're all in trouble. That's why we do what we do here.
Yeah.
No censorship, no bullshit, just the raw, unfiltered truth.
Someone has to call out the bullshit. Someone has to hold the powerful accountable. That's why we created the Drunken Rant Uncensored, the antidote to the mainstream media's sugar-coated lies.
Damn right. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma, spread the word. The Drunken Rant is here to stay, and we're not backing down from anyone.
We're in this for the long haul, folks. Cheers to that.
Cheers. But hey, we should probably wrap this up before we get too deep into this bottle of tequila. I'm starting to see double.
Agreed. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought. Something to chew on, as they say.
Ooh, I love a good cliffhanger. Hit us with it.
What do these pardons tell us about the future of our country? Like, are we on a path toward authoritarianism, a system where the president is above the law? Or is there still hope for our democracy?
Damn, those are some heavy questions. I don't have the answers. But I think we all need to be asking ourselves those questions. We need to be vigilant, informed, and engaged. We can't just sit back and let the swamp monsters run wild.
You said it. We need to hold our leaders accountable, demand transparency, and fight like hell for the future of our country.
Preach, sister. All right, folks, that's it for tonight's episode of the Drunken Rant Uncensored. We're going to go refill our glasses and try to forget about this whole political shit show for a while.
Stay tuned for our next episode where we'll be tackling, well, we haven't decided yet, but you know, it's going to be a wild ride.
Until then, stay informed, stay angry, and stay thirsty, you beautiful bastards.
Cheers!